Do you want results fast? There's a dynamic duo that I'm sharing today that's going to kick your wellness journey into high gear. So let's get right to the slides. I don't see the slides. Hold on. There they are. Now we can get right to the slides. Today's topic, or today's title, Eat, Walk, Win. And we want to win on our wellness journey. So welcome to September. So we got some September babies in the live meeting today. Happy birthday! Hope you're still celebrating. Hope you had a fabulous birthday. And this whole month of September, our theme is new teams mastery. So we're talking about teams, duos, how we can harness. Okay, so we want to garner and harness resources, and we want to win. So what are the two parts of this duo? Oops, just trying to move myself there. Okay, the two parts of the duo are high protein meals and 10-minute walks. Now, here are the questions. When do we eat the meals? What do we eat? And with the walks, when do we walk and how long do we walk? And that 10-minute is a clue. All right, let's see. Oh, that's not it. We'll get this. What if I hit it there? Okay, now I can see the control. Woo! Okay, so why these two habits? We want leverage. We've talked about synergy before. We've talked about the importance of having things in sync before, but they all add up to leverage. What do I mean by that? Well, when you are on a wellness journey, the fastest and simplest levers that you can pull to have a result are what you eat and then pairing it up with some exercise. It helps you, a high protein meal helps you to cut cravings. It steadies your energy. It supports your fat loss. And these two habits pair completely perfectly with the strategy we talked about last week, which was making your team, your accountability team. So, what constitutes a high protein meal? All right, I sent you a text. Hold on. I just have to say, click the link. I'm sorry, stand by. Okay, we're back. So, our anchor is 30 grams of protein per meal, and that's multiple meals per day. Now, there's we add into the timing discussion intermittent fasting, things like that. So we work that all in, but we need to get the protein because that is the main structural component of our entire bodies, of our immune system, of you know, our muscles. So we need this protein. So the second point, we want to distribute it across our eating window. So it may be 4 hours, 8 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours, but we definitely want to plan in at least 12 fasting hours. So We can do, we hold all of these bits of information together. So we want to use the clock to our advantage. Should we eat animal protein or plant protein? Well, the title is Eat, Walk, Win. I toyed with the idea of writing meat, walk, win, because that would indicate high protein. But of course, meat is from an animal source. I'm an omnivore, so it doesn't offend me. But you have definitely awesome plant-based ways of getting the protein that you need. But you have a little more work to do if you are vegan or vegetarian to get all of the, not just the proteins, but the individual essential amino acids that you need. And some of those amino acids really are not in or not easily uh, obtained from the plant world, whereas from the animal protein world, you know, eggs, fish, all those things, it's readily available, all of the essential amino acids. So you vegans have a little more work to do, but it's possible. So today we will discover the 30-gram protein anchor and easy ways to hit it, the 10-minute walk window, and what that means, what that timing means when we're on our health journey, our wellness journey, and some quick plate patterns prep that makes this almost automatic. There's always some work you have to do. So let's get to the secrets. Secret number 1, protein first. We call this the 30-gram anchor. I should have put another anchor on this slide. But if you think about proteins, fats, and carbs, well, let me just get to there we go. So here are the key points. 30 grams hits the satiety button and your muscle response button. Okay, because we need to give the body a certain amount of protein to work with. Here's what I started to riff on the last slide, and that is this: front load protein. Now, when you think of a meal, you usually if you think of fats, carbs, and proteins, what's the last thing that traditionally you have at your meal? The last thing you traditionally have is dessert. So that's putting the carbs last, and that's a good idea. So starting with the protein gets the enzymes going, it gets your metabolism ready, and it also smooths out the spikes that can happen from having a carb load. And that could be, even if it's gluten-free carb, we still have to count the carbs in our thinking. And we want to track your inputs, not just your outcomes. So sometimes, even with, in anything in life, in a business or whatnot, you might have an outcome that you want of a certain amount of conversions, a certain amount of customers that you gain in a certain period of time. But that's not completely under your control. But what is under your control is how many customers you reach out to. So track the inputs that you control, and then, you get on the scale as well. But we want to make sure that we're on point with our inputs. What are we giving our bodies to work with? So here's the action step. Pick a 3-meal rotation. So breakfast, lunch, dinner, with about 30 grams each. Use a protein pair when you're plant-based, for instance, tofu and edamame, beans and a high-protein wrap, rice and legumes, because again, the proteins are not complete in individual plant sources. And we're on the go. This is such an active society. So we need to have some ready to go backups. Greek yogurt, watch for the sugar and watch for any extra ingredients that you don't like. You know, we got to read labels. A protein shake, such a lifesaver, especially if the shakes come in individual serving packets. Such a boss move. Okay, jerky, or what's the new stuff? I mean, it's not new, but it was new to me. But these dried proteins, you want to watch the meat sticks. You want to watch, I'm sorry. Okay. You want to watch the ingredients. So, and of course, I toyed with the idea myself of getting a dehydrator and making my own, but I decided that was just one little kitchen gadget too far for me because of the time, you know? But they're making excellent products on the market. You might have to order them online if you don't have them available at a local store, but it is possible to get good, healthy protein snacks that are quick, ready to go. And of course, the perfect package is the egg. So, but just make sure hard-boiled eggs take away from the benefits. So we need to keep that yolk. Um, it's a balance. It's really a balance of getting the whites cooked, but leaving the yolk um, a little soft. But that's because when high when it's exposed to high heat, it changes the beneficial compounds, proteins and whatnot, and we want to have all the goodness out of the eggs we can get. So, what does 30 grams of healthy protein look like? I've actually made a resource for you, and I can't take that call right now. So here's a practical guide that I'm going to share the link with you a little later. But it's going to give you some animal-based sources, some plant-based sources. It's really, and it tells you what does 30 grams look like. Now, for your weight, you might want to go a little higher, but a good estimate of how much protein you need in the whole day is your ideal body weight in pounds. Okay, secret number 2. Here's the walk window. You got to walk the window 10 minutes after meals, and you want to walk for 10 to 15 minutes. Now, this says within 60 minutes, so even if you can't start walking the first 10 minutes after the meal, if you get in that 60-minute window, you're going to have some benefit. Low intensity is fine, just as long as you can walk and talk. That's a good pace. You don't need to do high intensity. You don't need to run, etc. But we just need to get the muscles going, and that is because they will be absorbing the glucose that's in your bloodstream. So we get them working, and they're going to help balance your blood sugar. And even exercise snacks, right? Just 5 minutes. If your life is busy, if you're interrupted 5 minutes in, it's okay. Just go back and get that next 5 minutes. So this slide might be the most important slide in the presentation today. And what I want to show you in the charts, we're looking at blood sugar, and we're looking at blood sugar plotted over time. And if at any particular time you eat a meal, and then the clock is ticking from the time you eat that meal to 2 hours later, if you eat a low carb, protein and produce diet, you're going to have a little increase in your blood sugar because you're eating. I mean, that's why you eat. You have to keep your blood sugar up to a certain amount, but it's not going to spike. But look what happens if you eat a high carb meal, and you can be starting at the same blood sugar, like around 100. You eat the same number of calories even, but if the calories are high carbs, your blood sugar will spike and dip. And this wreaks metabolic havoc with your body. So if after that meal, and it's true for this meal too, but after that meal, within that first hour, you get that walk in, preferably to starting 10 minutes after the meal, but you get that walk in that first hour, it will smooth out the spike, and you don't get the peak and you don't get the rapid decline. And, this even sometimes causes the blood to dip down below the normal level where we want. People have hypoglycemia, low blood sugar. So what are the action steps? Put a 10-minute block on your calendar after each main meal. Just plan it in. And you want a rain plan, just in case something happens with the weather. I mean, you can go out in the rain, but also invite a buddy. Now, so here's some details to the action. So you can have a kitchen to mailbox loop. You can have a loop in your office. You can do some stairs, do the treadmill. Now, the holidays are coming, and we're going to be having lots of festive meals with our families. And my friend Holly had this really cool way of getting really cool way of getting activity in after the meal. If people didn't want to go for a walk. And it was singing songs. Now, anyone that went to camp, there's songs like head, shoulders, knees and toes, things like that, right? And that got us moving. But there was this one song that was crazy and fun, and it had rules. So the song was My Bonnie Lies Over the Ocean, or Bring Back My Bonnie to Me, right? And here are the rules. Every time you sing a word that starts with B, you have to stand up and then sit back down. And so any word that starts with B, you stand up, and any word that starts with any other letter, you sit down. So when you're singing this song, My Bonnie, everyone stands up and then lies over the ocean. My Bonnie lies over the sea. It was so much fun because the chorus, you really have to think fast, because it's bring back, Oh, bring back my Bonnie to me. Nope. See, I did it wrong. It would be bring back, bring back. Oh, bring back my Bonnie to me. Bring back, bring back. Oh, bring back my Bonnie to me. So it helps Alzheimer's disease too. But just make a plan. That's the thing, and make it fun. All right, secret number 3. I wasn't planning to do charades today, but there you go. I thought about that right. I thought about that song right before um, the uh, webinar started. Okay, your synergy stack is the order plus the timing. So we talked about the meal order a little bit. Start like the first bite in your day of food should be, or in a meal, should be protein, right? Get everything started right. And then the 10-minute rule for getting the walk in and walking at least 10 to 15 minutes. So protein and produce first, starch last. That gives a smoother curve of the glycemic index. It also, since you're reducing that crash, it helps your appetite, but it helps you get a better night's sleep. And of course, hydration supports everything. So you want to get in your water, um, 50 to 75%, 50, 75% of your body weight uh, for maintenance. But then there's sometimes you want to have even more. Um, if you're flushing, if you need to flush something out, if you're detoxing or anything like that. So your action steps. At each meal, protein and produce. Really be careful with the starches, especially if blood sugar is an issue. Blood sugar balance. Pair it with the 10-minute walk plus 12 to 16 ounces of water and track. We talk about the importance of tracking. So 3 inputs for 7 days. Track with your pod, with your group, with uh, your team, your accountability team. And the 3 inputs could be 30 grams of protein at each meal, the 10-minute walk after each meal, and your water intake. Track those 3 things. Did we do it? Check or send emojis to your accountability partners and keep on top of making your good habits and just getting it ingrained, and your body's going to thank you. Okay, bonus secret is the P3 plate and prep. You don't have to remember that, but the 3 P's are protein, produce, and pep in your step. So this just gives you a visual idea of what um, a good high protein or protein produce meal looks like. And if you look, these are things that you could prep. There's some rotisserie or baked chicken in there. There's uh, walnuts, the crudité. So prep once, assemble fast, and just have a few options ready to go. And also watch out for the hidden baddies, meaning sugar and oils in your condiments. So you have to look in, you have to get good sources for your seasonings and for your sauces. So make your own personal list of protein and produce combos that you like. Twice a week, do some batch work and keep some veggies. Oh, didn't carrot, those little baby carrots change the world. Uh, Actually, I like the bigger carrots, but they're handy, right? keeping some produce handy. And you want to stock your portable, ready to go protein source or protein snacks, whether it's the shakes in packets. And of course, you can take any protein shake and scoop it into a Ziploc bag. You know, it doesn't have to come in a fancy packet, but I like it when it does. Tuna cups, cheese sticks, egg cups, you know. And if you don't have ideas, here's a ninja trick. You can search for family-friendly keto recipes or family-friendly keto snacks or just keto snacks. And you'll get a lot of great ideas that might not have come into your mind, you know, just from the jump. As people on the keto or carnivore high protein lifestyle, they do form communities and they do get very creative with their recipes. So the low carbohydrate diet, no gluten. I couldn't find a picture that didn't have wheat. So that's what that no sign is. But plenty of healthy proteins, healthy produce, healthy snacks, and healthy oils. So there's some avocado in there somewhere, right? Oh, yeah, there's the avocado. So we want healthy fats as well. All right. Woo. So I'm Dr. Lisa Singletary. I'm very pleased to meet you. For those of you who are here for the first time, I'm also known as the 100-pound weight loss specialist. And we are on a journey of empowerment to transform our bodies from the inside out with the 5 M's of total transformation: mindset, macronutrients, micronutrients, motion, and measurement. Today, we combined macronutrients and motion. So I couldn't wear both colors. So I'm wearing the purple shirt today. And we rotate through the M's every month. And some months there are only 4 M's, so we combine and we try to combine a different pair each time. So it's very interesting what happens with our topics when we do this. But I love it. Okay, so yes, I am an MD, a board certified family physician, retired now. I have a master's degree in public health, which is why I love digging through all those studies, and I love making the science simple for you. And I'm a certified holistic health coach, and I'm passionate about empowering your transformation on your health journey. So I had the motion. In my ballroom dancing days, and it was a great benefit to me physically and mentally. But you saw I was a very, very heavy girl. In 2008, I gave up my practice and my ballroom dancing to go home and take care of my parents. And 8 years later, I needed my dad's wheelchair just to get around the house. I needed a miracle. Now, in health and wellness, we don't talk about miracles, cures, stuff like that. But this slide reminds me that I do give a disclaimer. So I am not doing a medical consultation for you right now. This is not a second opinion. Your insurance isn't going to pay for me, but I'm sharing my own personal revelations. I'm sharing the science, and I'm sharing with you. I needed a miracle. And something happened in 2015. I got a hold of some knowledge, and that information, this was my weight through the years. And there was a drastic change in 2015 that helped me go from the picture on the left to the picture on the right to the picture. I'm still on the journey, but I have some great tools. And one of those great tools is the nutrition blueprint. Hey, Blue Phoenix. So how do we feed ourselves so that they function maximally? It makes all the difference. When you give your body what it needs, when you give your cells what they need, it will do amazing things. And I figured this out, or I organized this knowledge that I gained into these 5 steps. Step number 1, avoid the bad foods. Step number 2, we need 90 essential nutrients every day. Step number 3, we need a little bit of extra help for the stress our bodies are under. So we take antioxidants, anti-inflammatories, adaptogens. Step number 4, we have to make sure the gut is functioning, both the lining and the microbiome. Now, guess what? You can stop there. But there's this whole nother world of, I call it wellness wonderland, of targeted supplements, brain support, joint support, immune support, and strategies. When I say strategies, I think about what's in the news, those red mask or infrared mask therapies, red light, that's right, red light therapies, and sorry, I just got distracted because something happened that's not supposed to happen. All right, so, but that's wellness wonderland. But all of those things you can try: cryotherapy, massage therapy, music therapy, like I said, the light therapy, all the things. But if it's not built on the foundation of the first 4 steps, then you're not going to get the maximum results. So let's talk about those 90 essential nutrients. 60 of them are essential minerals. That is crazy to me. That's 2/3 of the essential nutrients are minerals. Look at your, if you have a vitamin or mineral or multivitamin on your counter, read the label. How many minerals are there? If you get up to 20, you're lucky. Most bottles tend to have between 3 and let's say 15, but 60 essential minerals, 16 essential vitamins, 12 essential amino acids, and 2 to 3 essential fatty acids. And guess what? Those essentials, it means your body needs them, but it also means that your body cannot make them. A lot of things, if you give your body some building blocks, kind of like Legos, it can break it down and then put it back together as something else. But not these babies. You've got to take them in either in your diet, which hopefully your food is from fortified, nourished soil, but that's highly unlikely these days. So we supplement strategically. Okay, so today we discovered the secrets of the 30-gram protein meal is the anchor for energy and appetite control. The 10-minute post-meal walk within, 10 to 60 minutes of the meal will help smooth that all-important glucose curve. The order of your eating. You want to eat the protein first. That timing just gives you a little more edge on getting the results. And then you get the protein, the produce, and the pep in your step. We talked about the P3 plate, having some light prep, putting some light prep in your schedule so you're ready to go with some easy snacks and meals so you can stay on track. Also helping you stay on track is your accountability group, your 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 accountability team. We talked about that last week. And of course, deeper results come if you are nutritionally complete. So let us know in the chat, what's one action step that you'll try this week to activate the dynamic duo? High protein meals and that 10-minute walk. But I've got something that'll help. So remember that list of the what does 30 grams of protein look like? Here we go. Just scan this QR code and you can download that list right to your phone or your desktop or your laptop. Go to DrLisaSingletary.online/30 grams of protein, but put the hyphens in there. So it's 30-grams of protein. And you'll get the entire list. What does 30 grams of protein look like? All right, our schedule. I can't believe I planned December already. This is mind blowing, but we are in welcome to autumn. We are in meteorological autumn already. We'll be in astrological or astronomical, not astronomical. I have to look up the other word, but the traditional, I'll say traditional autumn starts on the 22nd. But today, as you can see, the title used to be Protein and Pace, but then I changed it to Eat, Walk, Win. But next week, we're talking micronutrients and we're talking cold season essentials. So we're going to highlight some of those essential nutrients that we need to get through the fall and the winter. So, thank you for joining me today on Total Transformation Secrets. You might have come here. You might have come to the YouTube video. Someone might have sent you the link. So what I wanted to do is make sure that you are on my list. So scan this QR code and you'll be registered for all of the upcoming live Zooms. And to get there, you scan the code or you go to DrLisaSingletary.online/live-Zoom, fill out the form, and you'll get an email with the link that's good for the entire rest of 2025. But you don't have to wait till next week because tonight, this very recording is going to premiere on YouTube. So I invite you to join me at 9 p.m. Eastern. I'll be live in the comments. And from that time on, the recording will be available on my channel, youtube.com/@DrLisaSingletary. So I do encourage you to like and subscribe to the video when we're there. So today, we learned the secrets. Eat, walk, win. Now, those of you who are here live, don't go anywhere. We're going to have a little Q&A afterwards. But those of you who are with me on the recording, thank you so much. I love you all. Mwah.